Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning session. Friends, in this session today, we are going to start on with the chapter number 9, that is reproduction in animals. So, a very warm welcome to all of you. Now, first of all, what is reproduction? The name of the chapter is reproduction in animals. Let us first discuss what is reproduction and what are the modes of reproduction. First of all, what is reproduction? Reproduction is a biological process by which new organism is formed from the existing organism. New individual organism is produced from the existing organisms, and these organisms are called as their parents. So when it is coming to definition, we need to memorize it word to word. So what is reproduction? Let us note down. It is a process in which new individual organism is formed by the parents. These are the key words which are written in the red with help of red marker. So what is reproduction? It is a biological process in which a new individual organism is formed by the parents. So each new individual organism is the result of reproduction. And if we move further, what are the modes of reproduction? Then there are two modes of reproduction. If we talk about modes of reproduction, then there are two modes of reproduction, and the two modes of reproduction are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Now, what is the meaning of the word sexual and asexual reproduction? If during the formation of the new individual organism, two parents, that is male and female, both are required, then it is sexual reproduction. If any one individual organism is required, then it is asexual reproduction, and this is very important definition as given in your book. It is both parents, that is male and female, are need to produce the individuals of same kind. new individual of same kind. An example is reproduction in humans, frog, etc. There are many. Even there are flowers. The next mode is asexual. Okay. First of all, what is reproduction? Is a biological process in which new individual organism is formed by the parents, or it is produced by the parents. And there are two modes of reproduction. One is sexual and another one is asexual. What is sexual? It is the mode of reproduction in which both male and female organisms are need to produce a new organism of same kind. While in asexual, any one of male or female partner is needed in the formation of new organism. Single organism is able to reproduce one or more of its self. Example is reproduction in amoeba, in paramecium, in hydra, in spirogyra, in fungus. So these are examples in which the asexual mode of reproductions are carried out. So this is what the reproduction and its modes are. First of all, let us discuss once again what is reproduction. Reproduction is the process in which a new individual organism is formed, and how it is formed by the parents, or it is produced by the parents. If we talk about its modes, then it is of two types. And what are those two types? Sexual and asexual. What is sexual? It is the mode of reproduction in which both male and female organisms are needed to produce new individual organism. While here, mode of reproduction in which only single organism is needed. So this is the more this is the easier difference and one of the easy part of the lesson. You can note it down, and after that we'll move further in this term, that is sexual reproduction, because the name of the chapter itself states we are carrying out the studying the lesson that is reproduction in animals, and reproduction in animals, and one among those is human beings. And because we are coming under the kingdom Animalia. When you come in class 9, you will study that we are categorized under one kingdom, which is Animalia, and that's why we will be studying the reproduction system in humans. So first note down this, after that we will move further in the next particular part, that is the sexual reproduction. Okay. I hope you have noted it down. Now let us move further. Let us now move further in the next part, and the next part is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, it is not only the part which that is carried out in animals, even in plants there are the sexual reproduction is carried out, and you might have studied in your lower standards, that is class 5 or class 7, about it. Plants also undergo sexual reproduction, and they are having the organs, that is stamen and pistil. Now, if we talk about sexual reproduction, then it is carried out even in animals, and the animal reproductive organ it is carried out in plants as well as in animals. And in the plants, the reproductive organs are stamen and pistil. And if we talk about in human beings, then human beings, they are categorized as an individual organism and as a male or a female, and there are also reproductive plants in animals, and they produce gametes. Now you might be thinking, what are gametes? Gametes are the sex cells. The gametes are the sex cells. So, if we talk about the gamete, then in male it is different and in female it is different. Now, in male, the gamete is called as sperm. The male gamete is called as sperm. And the female gamete is called as ova or ovum. It is also called as egg. Now when this sperm and egg, when they fuse together, the zygote is formed and its formation of the new organism takes place. That is how fertilization takes place. In detail we are having about it. So the type of reproduction in which male and female gametes they fuse each other, that is called as sexual reproduction. The reproduction is called as sexual reproduction. That is the fusion of male and female gametes takes place. And in the next particular section we are going to study in detail about the male reproductive system. This is about some points. Okay, just 3 points which you have to remember. Here it is. It is carried out by stamen, that is male reproductive part, and pistil, that is female reproductive part. And these are important keywords. That is the male gamete, male sex cell, what it is called as sperm. What is gamete? It is the sex cell. And female gamete, what it is called as egg or ovum. So quickly note down this. After that we'll start on with the male reproductive system. And here in male reproductive system the 4 basic organs are there of male. So we will study it. First note down this. I hope you have noted it down. Now male reproductive system, that includes 4 organs. This system includes 4 organs, and among those, the very first organ is the testis. Okay. Now there is generally a problem when students are writing the particular spelling of testis. If it is singular, then it is like this: testis, and if it's plural, it is written as this, that is testis. Okay. So we are going to discuss about the very first male reproductive organ, and that is testis. Where can you see the testis over here? Try to identify it. I think you are able to identify that this is what is labeled as testis, and here is the testis, and you can see it is an oval shaped. Okay, you can see what is its shape, oval, and here also one testis is there, here also one testis is there. So it is 2 in number. Okay. Two in number, instead of that you can also write it is paired, that means it is 2 in number. That is another way by which you can say testis is the main organ of the male reproductive system where sperms are produced. Now what are the sperms? Those are the sex cells. So they produce sperm. Now you can see where the testes are present. They are generally present in the scrotum. Okay. Which is a sac-like structure. So the scrotum holds it, this one, okay, the scrotum will hold it. They are holded by sac-like structure which is called as scrotum, which you can see over here. So testes we are starting, they are 2 in number. I think you can now read 2 in number, that is they are paired, they are oval in shape. What is their main function? They will produce sperm, that is the male gamete, and where they are holded by a sac-like structure which is called as scrotum. Okay, where it is now? It is present outside the body where the temperature is about 2 to 3 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature. Okay, because the sperm formation takes place at a temperature lower than the body temperature. So where they are present outside the body. Why? So that there is some cooling and with 2 to 3 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature. Okay, this is important point. From the body temperature, as compared to the body temperature, it will be 2 or 3 degrees Celsius temperature less, and then and only then sperm formation will take place. And if it will remain cool, then and only then the sperm will be produced. If we talk about sperm, then millions of sperms are produced. And every sperm has 3 parts. Which are the 3 parts? Head, tail, and the middle piece. You can have a look at the diagram given in your book. of the sperm. Okay, millions of sperms are produced over here, and the sperm has three parts, that is head, middle piece and tail. So this is about the testis, that is the first organ which we have studied in the male reproductive system. After that we are going to study about the vas deferens, that is the sperm duct. Okay, so before we move further, this is important point about the testis. If it's singular, it is pronounced here you can write I, but if it is plural, then here you have to write E. They are two in number, they are oval in shape, they produce sperm. They are holded by a sac-like structure which is called as scrotum. It is present outside the body so that it remains cool, because for the sperm production the temperature of about 2 to 3 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature is needed. Millions of sperms are produced over here, and the sperm has how many parts? 3 parts: head, tail and the middle piece. This diagram is given in your book. If you are having the new edition, you can have a look at it. After that you are having about the sperm duct, which is the vas deferens. Have a look. So I hope you have noted it down. Now let us move further on the next particular organ, that is the sperm duct. Now the next particular part, that is the sperm duct, as we discussed. As you can see, it is also called as vas deferens. What can you see now over here? How many vas deferens are there? One is over here, one is over here. Again, there are two in number. And you can see over here that this vas deferens, what they are connected with? They are connected with testis. So what is their main function? Their main function is to carry the sperm from testis to over here, that is into the penis. But before that it will also come to the urethra. Okay, so it is connecting the testis with the urethra. And its main function is to carry the sperm. Along with the sperm, it will also carry a fluid that is secreted by the glands, the reproductive glands, that is the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle. They will secrete a fluid. That fluid will help the sperm to swim. And what is that fluid called as? The fluid mixture with the sperm is called as semen. What is this mixture called as? Semen. Okay? And the sperm swims in semen with tail. Okay, so here it is in detail about the sperm duct. What it is also called as vas deferens, how it is two in number. You can have a look over here as well as over here. What it will do, whatever sperm are produced over here, from testis it will take to the urethra, and is the connecting duct between the testis and the urethra. Seminal vesicle and prostate gland, they are the reproductive glands which are going to secrete some kind of fluid. So that fluid as well as sperm together, that mixture is called as semen, and the sperm will swim in the semen with the tail. This is about the next part, which is the sperm duct. After the sperm duct, we are having about the last two organs, that is the urethra and the penis. First, note down this very quickly. After that, we'll move further on the last part. I think you have noted it down. Now let us move further. The next is urethra. As you can see, this is the urethra and it is running down into the penis, and it is a tube-like structure. And what is its main function? Its main function is to carry sperm and urine. Okay, that is about the urethra. About the next and the last part, that is penis. Penis is the muscular organ that has erectile tissues, and it is generally opening up, and it is releasing the urine as well as sperm into the female vagina during the fertilization that we are going to study further. So it is a muscular organ, and it opens outside the body to pass on the sperm as well as the urine. So it is used to deliver semen to female reproductive part for fertilization, and it is also used to pass urine. It is used to pass semen to female reproductive part during fertilization. It is also used to pass urine. So let us have a quick look at the entire male reproductive part. How many parts are there? Four. That is, actually we are studying four. That is the testis, then sperm duct, then urethra and penis. So, testis, they are two in number, oval in shape, and what they are, where they are present in the scrotum, where the temperature is remaining about 2 to 3 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature, so that the formation of millions of sperms takes place. It is well, the sperm has three parts, that is head, middle piece and the tail. Moving further on the next part, there is a vast difference. It is connecting the testis with the urethra, and its main function is to carry the fluid plus the sperm, that is called as semen, and semen is secreted into the female body during reproduction, and the sperm will swim in the semen so that its movement will be more quick. Then we talked about urethra. It is a tube-like structure that is moving, running down into the penis, and its main function is to carry the sperm and urine. Penis, it is a muscular organ which is used to deliver the or pass on the sperms or the urine. So this is about the entire male reproductive part. Note down these 2 points. So I hope you have noted it down. Now comes today's homework. This is today's homework. Two blanks also. Okay, so this is about the homework. Note it down. I hope you are clear with today's content, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me and have a very good day. That's all. Bye bye.